we're right in the middle of winter. Niigata, Toyama, and Yamagata prefectures have had 5 straight days of heavy snowfall, and it's still going strong. This is Soracast for January 23rd, 2026. As far as the weather is concerned, we have a tale of 2 very different Japans as we wrap up this week, going to the weekend, and head into next week. So close, yet separated so much. First, let's work through that crazy mess going on over along the Sea of Japan side. From northern Fukui Prefecture all the way on up to Akita, we're getting a pattern of almost continuous onshore flow with cold air plunging down from the Arctic, which is firing off all these snow showers over there. This past week, parts of Niigata, Toyama, and Yamaguchi have received over 120 centimeters of snow, and this pattern will not let up anytime soon. Most of the heavy stuff has been up in the mountains with some lighter accumulations down along the coast, but it has been enough to create serious transportation problems. Roadways, highways, as well as local roads have been closed. Trains have been impacted, including the Hokuriku Shinkansen. However, the models I have seen show no let-up in this pattern until Monday or Tuesday. It will continue to snow, and in some parts snow very heavy until then. So now I'm going to shift gears a little bit and take a look at the Pacific coast. Nagoya, right, did get a little blip of snow a day or so ago, but that is not going to move the needle. The Pacific coast of Japan has received very little of its normal rainfall or snowfall for this year, and it has definitely been a dry winter. If you've been following Soracast, you probably know the drill by now, right? How many times have I said this winter, sunny to partly cloudy along the Pacific coast? Yeah, quite a bit, right? Even earlier this past summer, many locations on the Pacific side of Japan only got spots of rain from pop-up thunderstorms here and there. We did not get our normal rainfall patterns at all this year. And also, the humidities are so dry along the Pacific coast, the daytime numbers here are not far removed from what you would expect in Phoenix, Arizona. Daytime water vapor measurement of around 20 to 25% will be the local standard at least through next Tuesday. So we got some bad news wrapped up in this also, right? What this also means is that the east coast of the country, right, along the Pacific coast here, is also now in a drought. Now, here's a chart for you. Drought conditions exist from around mid-Aomori on down to beyond Kyushu, with extreme dryness stretching from Kanto on down. For the month between December 15th of last year to this past January 15th last week, Yokohama received only 35 millimeters of precipitation. Kobe came out with about 40. Shikoku's big town of Takamatsu got 15 millimeters of rain, while Matsuzaki came out with only 11 millimeters of rain. Sendai, way up north even, only came out with 19.5 millimeters of rain for the month, all of which is way behind normal. So, when are we going to get a break in weather patterns? When is the crazy snowstorms up on the Sea of Japan coast going to end? And when is our drought, our dryness over on the Pacific coast going to break? Well, it's going to be a while. I don't know exactly when, but at least for the next week, we're stuck in this pattern. So let's go through a quick forecast through Tuesday, January 27th. Let's start out with the Sea of Japan side. Snowfall, at times very heavy, will continue in that area through Tuesday. The snow will come in waves. It won't be consistent. It'll be kind of an on again, off again kind of thing. But it will continue accumulating and continue causing headaches for transportation and logistics infrastructure. The Pacific coast side in the meantime, well, man, I'm sorry to tell you this, but from around Iwate on down, we're going to continue our dry period. no significant rain or any sort of precipitation is forecast for at least a week. Now, the European ECMWF weather model does show a potential break with a potential system moving through some parts of the Pacific coast around next Tuesday, say around the 29th of January. But honestly, that's a week away. That's too far out at the moment. I'm not going to put any money on it, but I will revisit this around the 1st of next week to see if anything truly, has changed. Temperatures, meanwhile, will remain relatively constant through the 1st of next week. Below zero highs are expected for a broad portion of the northern half of the nation through the weekend, and nowhere in Japan will have a high temperature of above 10 degrees Celsius until Tuesday. The Pacific coast will top out somewhere between 6 to 8 for the most part under persistently sunny to partly cloudy skies. Overnight lows, meanwhile, will be well below zero in many areas, with even the southern and western Pacific coast areas getting down near around zero. So yeah, in the mornings, it's still going to be cold, folks. Now we're taking a little bit of a long shot here, but the cold snap does start to loosen up sometime around Tuesday to Wednesday. But remember, we're still in the middle of winter, so don't expect too much of a warming trend. And for goodness sakes, this summer is going to be a burner, so enjoy the cold weather while it lasts. And if you like weather and science-related content coming out of Japan, well, then you know what to do. Go on and stoink that like and subscribe button. It will really do my heart good and gives me something to fight for. Please, we'd love to have you along for the ride. You guys take care. Peace out. Have a good one. Bye-bye.